Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 30th of November. My name's Philip Kingston.
I'm Gary Pierre.
1 month to go, Gary. 30th of November. We'll just count those December days down. There's 31 of them, so we've still got a lot of work in front of us. But 1 month to go. And who would have thought, I'll let you say something in a moment, but who would have thought, here we go again, just before we thought the coronavirus was gone. Then comes another strain on another plane and came into our country and blew the whole thing up again.
That's
we are
not bad.
Completely unprompted.
Dolly Kingston.
Yeah.
I tell you what, there's you can take the boy out of Cootamundra, but you can't take Cootamundra out of the boy. A bit of country and western.
Bloody hell, I say bloody hell.
You know what? It's probably going to be nothing. Don't worry.
Just when we thought everything was going to be fine, those South Africans, the scourge of sport in Australia, now they're slamming us. I reckon this is just something so that they can win the next Test series.
You be careful, Phil. We've got a lot of South African clients. I don't want to upset that. And I think, and we've got a friend in South Africa. I have a friend in South Africa, Phil, who I FaceTimed last night. He said, I can't believe it, man. I've got this COVID that's driving me crazy. And he's actually not that's a bad accent, but he's actually
I don't know what that was. That sounded like a chicken on speed or
he's
something.
travelled around. He's a very well-travelled South Africa, this one. He's got a few different accents. But anyway, we'll just call him for the purposes of this show, call him Saul. And he's got it. And he's got this new variant. And he's had double vax and he's had it before, Phil. And he watches the show, so cheer up, Saul.
Sickly Saul, get your act together.
Anyway,
I don't know where you're hanging out, but if you've had COVID twice, that is not a good look.
I can't even believe it.
I would have been scared to FaceTime him. Did you have your mask on when you were FaceTiming?
And I put the phone right back on the distance, Phil, and I sprayed it with what's it called?
Glen
20, afterwards. I wasn't going anywhere near it after that.
Viewers, let's talk about what happened on the weekend, but before we do, Gary met the most delightful woman, had an auction, 10:30 auction on Saturday morning in Sussex Street, which went off like a volcano.
So just go and have a cup of tea and lead the show to you?
No. You're going to love what's coming at us, Gary. So Sussex Street, single fronted house, 370 square metres of land.
It's sold. You don't need to talk about it.
Something that we sell on a regular basis, something like that. Having said that, we did have 5 people bidding for it. Announced it on the market at 1.3, which was in the middle of the range, Gary, or towards the upper end of the range. Sold it for $1,487,000. Really strong price. But the nice part to this story is, before I started the auction, Gary, are you listening to this? Because this is also about you.
I'm your captive.
Lovely woman whose name I have forgotten, but who was given a bottle of Starward whiskey by myself because she said the nicest thing. Do you know what she said,
How much of that whiskey are you handing out?
A lot.
I'll tell you now, I don't know. It hasn't been that good a year. Don't you forget it was lockdown. We didn't sell anything.
Do you know what this woman said?
What did you say?
She says, I'm a regular GPTV watcher.
Thank you.
She says, though,
She's
the
one.
She says, I'm Team Phil. My husband is Team Gary. So we've got viewers that actually watch it as couples that divide themselves into Team Phil and Team Gary.
Do they wear like our uniform? Like, is she really immaculately dressed and he's a little bit more slovenly like me? Would that be part of it? Or does he have a cigar and and like the horses, and she likes fine architecture and style? Is it like that?
Your words, not mine.
Fair enough.
Your words, not mine. Well, he wasn't there.
I should say relax.
He wasn't there. He was probably still in his pajamas with his breakfast all over the front.
Having a cigar outside, perhaps,
But it was lovely. Team Phil and Team Gary. Pick your team, viewers, because 2022 is going to be a year of fun, frivolity, good times, and GPTV connections.
Well, I think we should get Team Phil uniforms. They'll be finely pressed, beautiful suits, and Team Gary will be some loose shorts and a t-shirt.
A crumpled t-shirt from the garage.
That's exactly right. I'm happy
One
with that.
that you check the oil on, you know?
That's all right. No problem with that at all. Phil, what a big weekend. What a boom weekend. You caught me off guard there. We don't talk about anything. We just get here and then we just talk about stuff. But a big weekend, Phil. And of course, people want to know what's going on in real estate. They do actually tune into this to find out what's going on in real estate.
Okay.
So for those,
I knew there was a point
there was
to
something
this.
Something happening. So for Team Gary, I will get this steered back on track. Phil, I jumped in the case today. You know what I'm listening a bit of at the moment? This is going to lose a lot of people. I'm listening to a little bit. 3MP, Phil. I'm listening to 3MP. Remember that?
Does that still exist?
I remember when it started.
Ernie Sigley was the
It
first.
was, yeah, and Ding Dong.
Yeah,
and Ding Dong Drysdale. He might have been, yeah. And Denise
he was the
Drysdale.
first DJ.
Denise
Sigley.
Drysdale.
I don't even know whether these two people are alive anymore.
No, Ernie's passed away, but Ding
Has he?
Dong's still around.
Well,
Yeah, she's not doing the barrel
shout
anymore.
out to Ernie's dear,
or the wheel.
Shout out to Ernie's dear family because may he rest in peace.
He was great.
But Ding Dong Delaney?
No, Drysdale.
Drysdale, because there was a Ding Dong Delaney.
No, and she actually she shafted us on a house once, Ding Dong. We got shafted by Ding Dong because we had a house for sale and she went in and bought it and cut us out of the deal. Do you remember that? It's a long time ago. You're forgiven, Ding Dong. But anyway, Denise Drysdale, she's a wonderful lady, even though we'd like to send her a cap for the commission that she cost us. Phil, want to talk a little bit about, how did I get so much to say? Oh yeah, that's it, 3MP. Anyway, they said record 2,000 auctions. It was a record weekend. Super Saturday for us, Super Sunday. 2,000 for the first time, Phil. So congratulations to Victoria Sellers. 2,000 auctions.
So if 3MP said it, is this like the Ten Commandments? It's just chiselled in stone, Gary.
It's like the truth. You know, whatever's written in the truth, you always knew it was
real. Shout out
truth.
to the lawyers at 3MP. This is a frivolous show.
Yeah.
No one takes it seriously.
People just, I listen to them. I'm a supporter.
People come and watch our show because they're looking for some level of education about the real estate market.
As if
and they know that it's a frivolous show. So lawyers at 3MP with nothing better to do than listen to watch GPTV. Yeah. Don't take yourself so seriously.
And you won't get through them anyway. There's a big back jam of cases, so don't even bother trying.
If a lawyer watching this, take a number, stand in the queue.
That's exactly right. Anyway, 2,000 auctions, Phil, for Super Saturday, and they said that due to the big volume of properties on the market, the clearance rate has slowed down and gone to 69%. Particularly apartments are coming off a little bit. That's what they said.
That's what they said, Gary. Clearly, somebody forgot to tell the team at GPA.
No, they said that, and then they gave us the horoscope. So you know it's true. When anyone that follows up with the horoscope, you know it's true.
So viewers, just to jump in here, 1,000 auctions in Melbourne.
2,000?
No, Gary, let me put it in context. 1,000 auctions in Melbourne was regarded as Super Saturday. When we hit 1,000 years gone by, everyone was celebrating high fives in the auction halls. Now, Super Saturday, we've just smashed 2,000.
Well, Super Saturday for me was Stakes Day when I got the quaddie with Order of Command getting the last leg. Oh, Order of Glory runs tomorrow, by the way.
Order of Glory, Order of Command.
Are
all yours out of order?
They are. Like the show, it's out of order.
No. Don't you get that? That little pun.
I
all of your horses are named because they're out of order.
Well, we've sort of named them a little bit that way. We are a bit out of order. Okay. So anyway, let's get back to it. 2,000 auctions, Phil, 69% against our clearance rate of 88%. Very lucky.
88%.
In some cultures,
I've got to tell you, Gary,
lucky. That's double life or double joy or double
the two circles. Great feng shui.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why it's lucky, but anyway,
if
there is a viewer that knows why 8 is lucky,
it's a symbol in the Asian culture, Philip.
Well,
8 is lucky.
Yeah, but we've never had it properly explained. So if there is an Asian professor of something that watches this show, and why you would, I've got no idea. But if there is an Asian professor, please let us know why 8 is lucky.
You have talked now about lawyers and professors watching the show. You seriously think people watch this show like
Gary,
that smart?
I'm always staggered by the number of intelligent people that I meet that say, oh yeah, I was watching your show last week and I kind of lean back like this. And I'm thinking to myself, really? Yeah. But thank you for your loyal watching.
That's just one person.
Because there is actually a highly intelligent undercurrent to this show.
Is it? I haven't found it yet, but anyway, it must be very deep under the ground. Anyway, 88%, Phil, very proud of that.
Yeah,
Towers
very good,
up there.
very good.
And what a great weekend we had, and well done to all that team.
Gary,
congratulations to buyers and our sellers
bit
as well.
of a shout out. I don't know what order that you've got this in, Gary, but
not the order
I like to get out of order. But shout out to Glenville. Glenville are one of Australia's leading home builders.
He tells a punchline before the joke's over.
And it's a family company, and I just want to say that we've sold for Glenville on a number of occasions, and keeping in mind we've sold plenty of Glenville homes because many of our clients have built homes.
They are bloody good
Glenville.
homes, Phil. That's what I think they should change their logo to slogan, we build bloody good homes.
Gary.
You can have it for free.
A shout out to Glenville, who we sold a home for in Mackie Road in Bentleigh East on Saturday.
We did.
Which is a finalist in the HIA
The home or the road?
No, the house is a finalist in the HIA Display Homes category.
Yep.
I arrived at this auction, Gary. I'd
You
seen
did.
the property online, but I'd never physically walked through. I arrived there, looked at the facade and thought, wow, that is beautiful. The landscaping in the front was incredible. But I walked through and they know how to deliver a house perfectly.
They do.
The floor plan, the attention
got
to
it worked
detail, the way this home worked was just magnificent. We'll put a couple of images up on screen as we speak, but you know, bedrooms with ensuite bathrooms, main bedroom like checking into the suite of a luxury hotel, kitchen meals, family room, which revolved around an undercover alfresco barbecue area, swimming pool, just the right amount of garden. Congratulations to Glenville, and if you are thinking about building a home, this is, by the way, completely unpaid, this little segment, although
Going a long way.
if you
Going a
like
long
this
time.
segment, Glenville, feel free to book us for your next advertising
We'd like
campaign.
our first sponsor, wouldn't we?
We wouldn't mind, but it was a fantastic house, Gary, and we had 5 people bidding for it. There's a bit of footage up on screen now.
Hey Phil, got to say that now East Bentleigh, we're approaching $3 million now for houses in East Bentleigh. It'll just be a blink or just a click of the fingers and we'll be in $3 million territory in East Bentleigh.
Well,
Phil,
we've said it before, Gary,
yep.
3 million is the new 2 million, 2 million is the new 1 million, and 1 million is fast becoming the deposit on a house.
Very good. Anyway, Phil, our topic of discussion today is buying or selling before auction.
Before you jump into that,
Who wins?
I've got one little thing that
Who
I wanted
wins?
to say. My last appointment on Sunday was...
I think someone's calling you at the door if you need to go
My
and
last
answer it.
appointment, viewers, you'll find this fascinating.
Yeah.
I think it's fascinating. My last appointment on Sunday was with a client that had bought a block of land in South Caulfield.
Congratulations.
40 years ago. I think it was 40 years ago. And in 40 years ago, he paid $45,000. Now, here's where this story is getting interesting.
And long.
40 years ago, paid $45,000. He was a young, young accountant at the time. And I said, interesting, how much were you being paid? Do you remember what you were paid? He was 21. And he said,
Well, as accountant, of course he'd remember.
he said, I was paid $5,000 per annum. So effectively, he paid 9 times, 9 years of salary to buy that property.
Yep.
That same property now is worth, call it $2.4 million.
okay.
That same accountant today is probably earning $80,000.
Okay.
You know, 21-year-old accountant, $80,000.
He's not 21 now. Well, he bought it when he was 1 year old.
No, Gary, I'm putting this into perspective. The property's now worth $2.5 million, the same block of land. That same young accountant at 21 would be earning $80,000. So that same young accountant in the same street would have to use 30 years of salary to buy that same block of land versus 40 years ago, only 9 years ago.
That's an interesting tale, actually, Phil.
That actually puts the current generation of home buyers that complain about house affordability.
I can understand
that is absolutely something that's a real time story.
It's a damning,
I found that
sad
fascinating.
and difficult statistic, Philip, to understand. But that's the way property is. It just keeps going up and up and up and up and up, up and up and up all the time, Phil. And unfortunately, it is hard to get in. But if you're a young person, get in. Just get an apartment, get something, get in. Go a bit further out if you have to, because we know properties will go up.
Eating smashed avocado, to use the words of a famous property developer that ignited a social media storm by saying the problem with young people today is they go out for breakfast and they have smashed avocado instead of having their cocoa pops.
I love cocoa pops. Yeah, I do love cocoa. And Fruit Loops.
Correct.
Love
Stop
that.
going out for breakfast and you could just
exactly
buy
right.
a mansion.
Exactly right, in no time at all.
Yeah, interact.
That's it. So every time you're having those smashed avocado, you better enjoy them, because you could be sitting in Whernside Avenue in a mansion on 20,000 square feet with a pool and tennis court.
And servants.
Exactly right. Who would have thought an avocado, just a simple eating of avocado,
Very
could cost you that?
dangerous. Very dangerous.
Okay, so Phil, I was saying buying or selling before auction, who wins? And an interesting discussion point, Phil, because of course you would have had it over your lifetime where friends and associates and people say, should I buy it before auction? What do you think? Should I put in an offer? Will they help? Will it get it for me? Is it better that way? Now, I've got to say that, you know, there are some trade secrets we're not going to give away. In fact, he did not even want me to bring this up today. But, you know, I have to say, Phil, there's some risk on both sides. Firstly, if you are a seller and you want to sell before auction, I think you need to depend very much on the real estate agent that you've employed to let you know whether that's going to be the right situation, depending on the playing field, Phil, because a good real estate agent...
Which is a perfect reason to use Gary Peer and Associates, because you can rely on them.
That's a very true statement, Phil. I can't say anything except I agree. Which it pains me to say that to you, but I do. I agree. Now, if you're a buyer, you want to buy before auction. It's a little bit harder because you don't really see the playing field. Sometimes you can be bold, you can step up, and you can make an offer, Philip, and it can wipe everybody out. Buyers won't be ready. You'll catch the other buyers unawares, and you can sometimes buy before auction. But then again, maybe you could have got it cheaper at the auction, Phil. However, you take out that mystery buyer that just comes on the day, or has an auctioneer like Philip Kingston, where momentum is gathered and it ends up selling for a premium. So the reality is that for buyers out there buying before auction, a good agent will generally let a popular auction run, but then sometimes you can stop it with a good offer. And if you're going to sell, you need to depend on the agent. And therein, Phil, lies a very confusing answer.
I think this is truly the segment about nothing.
Exactly right. Well,
I'm listening to you because I thought I'm going to pay you the respect. That was your moment, and I'm listening to it, and I'm thinking to myself, if I'm a viewer sitting at home now, I was looking forward to learning something. I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
Okay, so there's risk on both sides.
20% of last weekend's auctions by Gary Peer and Associates were sold before auction.
The week before.
So I think there is an interesting story here.
Yeah, I've just got to find it within me.
I'm just not sure.
I've got the heading.
Team Gary,
but not the content.
Team Gary sitting at home cheering away. Yeah. I'm not sure. Team Gary.
Well, the reality is
anything.
The reality is there's risk on both sides, Phil. You buy before auction, you kill off any potential competition, but you might have got it cheaper. You sell before auction, it's a bird in the hand, but you might have lost yourself that opportunity.
You might have lost the bush
of getting the competition there. So rely on your agent to read the campaign if you're a seller. As you said earlier, that's the most important.
I always love that saying, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Would you want two birds in a bush? I'm not sure. Depends.
I mean, who thinks of this stupidity? If you're sitting at home and you're responsible for a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, have a good hard long look at yourself. No one cares about that stupidity.
There's a lot of sayings. Someone sent me, Peter, who watches this show, he sent me a whole lot of sayings where they originated from. I'm going to bring some of those in.
Well, it's interesting. What about this one, Gary? Because this is one from, I believe, the Old Testament, or it could have been the New Testament.
One of the Testaments.
One of the Testaments. Don't hide your light under a bushel.
Under a what? A bushel?
Under a bushel.
Is that because the birds are there? The two birds?
Don't hide your light under a bushel.
Okay.
All right, come on. Let's
Phil,
get back to real estate.
We talked just last week about what's hot and what's not, and we said that some of the apartments are a bit tougher. And of course, when 3MP said that there was a 69% clearance, they said that it was the units that were finding it tough.
3MP is like Wikipedia on steroids.
Yeah. 3MP is like all the professors coming together to report the news. Phil, and I love 3MP, by the way, so if you're a lawyer for 3MP, just, I'm on your side. Phil, Royal Avenue, we auctioned that block of apartments. Now, I've got to say, Phil, I think it's 100. I think we've sold 100 blocks of apartments. Now, if you want to sell a block of apartments, you've got to speak to us because we are more now.
We are Australia's preeminent expert in selling blocks of apartments. I challenge. I get there. I challenge anybody to find another agent that sold 100 blocks of apartments via the auction method.
And if they say that, you don't believe them.
100 apartment blocks by the auction method, where Philip Kingston is
the auctioneer.
Yeah. No one else. I challenge you to find another agent.
I'm sure no one else has done that, Phil. That's a blanket statement we can stand behind. Phil, Charlotte Place, we love Sinclair.
Charlotte, not Charlotte.
Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte's.
What is it? Yeah, Charlotte's
Place. Phil, that sold very competitively. We can say the price is $1,710,000 because it's not undisclosed. Put on to Jeremy Rosen's.
Actually, I'm just thinking, is it Charlotte or Charlotte? Because I was just
Charlotte's
thinking,
Web.
No, but I was just thinking of this. Does one say Charlie or Charlie?
No, it's Charlie, so it must be
no,
Charlotte.
It's Charlie.
Yeah.
So
if
Charlotte, it is Charlotte's Place.
I suppose.
Or Charlotte.
We need
I don't
someone
know.
that knows
if
English.
there's an English professor that's watching the show, of course there'd be a number of English professors watching the show. Let us know. Is Charlotte Charlotte or is Charlotte Charlotte?
Phil, the person that said they're Team Gary and Team Phil, that's who's watching the show, right? There's no professor, there's no lawyer, there's no English, there's no geniuses. It's just that couple. This show is just for you two, so we hope you're enjoying it. And hopefully for Saul, who's in South Africa, who's got nothing else to do because he's got COVID, but sadly, to watch it. But he's okay. He's okay, Saul. Yeah.
Actually, we should not make lies.
He's young, healthy man.
Pandemic.
Young, strapping, healthy man, Phil. 70 Leila Road, Carnegie. That was again another one that
Sold
was
before auction.
Sold for auction.
Shout
very
out to Jack
competitively.
Slater, who's done so well bringing that one home.
Phil, Fallon Street, well, the price is undisclosed, but that was a thumping auction, wasn't it? Very big knockout bid. We had thought we'd get around $1 million for that, Phil, which was the quote and the reserve, but it sold for many hundreds of thousands beyond, let's put it that way.
Having said that, I walked through that home, some really charming features and a good parcel of land. So the buyer, have no fear, you've bought a fabulous property.
Phil, 2 at 77 Allison Road, Elsternwick, Simon Rodolnik auction, that one sold, it is disclosed, sold for, it says here 2 million, I think it must be 1,548,000.
1,548,000, definitely.
Well done, Simon Rodolnik. I got to my Grey Street auction, Phil, and the client said, I just saw your auctioneer yesterday in Bamber Road, which is Simon, said that, he was such a good auctioneer. And I said, yeah, I know. He goes, he's a fellow in his 40s, sort of mid-40s. And I thought, I must, because Simon's, got a few years on us. I thought, I'm not looking
Simon
too good.
was once upon a time in his
youthful.
mid-40s.
Yeah, but she thought he was still in his mid-40s.
That's
so
great.
it's good.
And a shout out to Simon, who
He's
is
youthful.
a keen cyclist, looks after himself.
Keeps himself well, Phil.
Yeah,
No one's saying that about you.
he
You look in your
does.
mid-40s, or me.
He does.
Just Simon. Should we talk about our sales, Phil? We've got 32 auctions coming up this weekend. We've got a smorgasbord.
Let's jump
Fine properties.
into those.
We cannot wait, though. We can't wait till the weekend, Phil. No, that's not going to happen because already on the 1st of December, what day is the 1st of December, Phil? Can you work it out?
I think the 1st of December, Gary, would be a
Wednesday, I think, Phil.
Wednesday.
Okay, let's go. A 34B Briggs Street, Caulfield,
Gary,
Phil.
brand new 2-storey town residence, one of only 2, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, a second car space in front, and a very deep back garden.
Phil, the Zorro of our organisation is David Thompson. He's everywhere. He just leaves his mark with a D on soul stickers, on his boards and soul stickers. He's in Carlton, he's in Kensington, he's in North Melbourne, and this time David Thompson, the absolute real estate icon that he is, Philip, is going to be auctioning number 5 Albermarle Street in Kensington.
You'd swear that 5 Albermarle Street, Kensington, was in the middle of London, wouldn't you, with a name like that, or the middle of Glasgow, perhaps.
Yep, perhaps.
But that's a beautiful home, lovely Victorian facade, ready to move straight into. Plenty of potential there, Gary.
Thumping weekend, Philip. We've got 29 auctions to run. We're in 10 suburbs on Saturday. We're all over the place. We've got triple auction action at 10:30. We're going to start off in Param with Mr. Jeremy Rosen's auctioning Hillingdon Place.
Stunning redevelopment of a warehouse there, Gary. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Stunning building, and Chapel Street is your back garden.
It is indeed, Phil. You're going to be in Malane Street, Ormond. We love Ormond, and gee, we sell a lot there, thankfully.
Well, how good is that house, Gary? The most beautiful renovation, ready to move straight into. Not a cent to spend. 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, and walk to the wonderful new Ormond train station, Gary, which is now that little shopping precinct is starting to thump.
The effervescent and youthful Simon Rodolnik has his first auction at 10:30 in Evelyn Street, Clayton.
Gary, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a really good property there and very affordable.
Triple auction action at 11:30 a.m. Phil, Anderson Street, Bentleigh East. You're going to be jumping over there from Ormond, just around the
Gary,
corner.
what a fabulous house. That one is 2, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking. Love that house, and I love Bentleigh East.
Jeremy Rosens is staying around in Paran, Phil. He's there at 10:30 and again 11:30 in Closeburn Avenue.
Gary, what a fabulous apartment. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathrooms, 1 car space. Do check with us, though. That may well be sold before auction.
You should check with all of them. Simon Rodolnik continues his busy auction day. Philip is going to be in Inkerman Road at 11:30.
Stunning light-filled apartment there, Gary. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space.
David Thompson starts off his Saturday at 12:30, Philip, the one of 3 auctions in Rosedale Avenue, Huntley.
Gary, you couldn't get a better location than Rosedale. Tram, train, shopping centre on your doorstep, together with the wonderful Caulfield Racecourse. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and 2 car parks.
1 Elm Grove, St Kilda East, Philip. Jeremy Rosen's auctions at 12:30.
Gorgeous location. Isn't he lucky? Because that's 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and as many as 3 car parks there. Classic property with a contemporary edge.
We love Elsternwick, Philip. Talking about classic real estate, this is a classic home, Sinclair Street.
Gary, I stopped by that one on Sunday to have a quick look at that because I just saw it online and wanted to physically explore it in its flesh. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, an architect design renovation, one of the best I've seen.
Triple auction action at 2:30. We're back in Bentleigh. Some of the most beautiful homes are now being sold.
Gary, on the back of Mackie Road, number 16 Seaview Avenue, sees that home and raises it. 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a swimming pool, a gorgeous back garden, polished timber floorboards, everything that opens and closes there. Magnificent.
Jeremy Rosen's Busy Man, 2:30. Another auction on Saturday in Alma Road this time.
Gary, that's a really, really big apartment. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Everything seems to be oversized and generous there.
We're sticking around in Bentleigh for another 2:30 auction, Phil. At the same time that you're auctioning Seaview, Leo Samuel's going to be auctioning together with a Viv in Brewer.
3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, everything that opens and closes, and a stunning landscaped rear garden complete with timber deck. Love it.
We're bringing you back to Elsternwick, Philip, for a second time on Saturday. This time we're going to be in Regent Street, the site of the block, I think, Phil.
Gary, what a beautiful home. 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, parking for 3 cars, a loft house at the back of this beautiful house. That home is right up there with the most stunning things you'll ever see.
It's the third time you're selling that particular something on that site, Phil, because the first time you sold the actual site to the block.
Some
people may not know. The second time you sold on the block, and this is the third time you'll be selling this home.
Yes, Gary,
as part
to
of the
all those
block.
blockheads that have made the block the highest rating show in Australia. Australians are obsessed about real estate, and why not? It is shelter as a minimum, and it is a wonderful investment at the same time.
Phil, Poath Road, Murrumbeena is where Graham Callan gets involved, brings down the curtain for a busy Saturday.
2 bedrooms, 1 bedroom, bathroom, 1 car space. That's a rip snorter.
We need to whip through our Sunday auctions, Philip. We're very busy. We're starting off in Westbury Street.
Love
11:30.
Westbury, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, elevated, lovely outlook, terrific property.
Part of double auction action is your auction in Ellington Street, a great address.
Single story, one of only 2, where the driveway is on title, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, great entertaining areas, a wonderful property.
Am I right? That's going to be our 3rd Ellington Street sale within a few weeks.
It will be, Gary. Yep. Anybody would think there's a freeway going through Ellington, but there's not.
To the contrary,
it's
Phil.
just one of those wonderful opportunities where you get a number of houses for sale in the same street in a short window of time.
All those auctions we had, Philip, none of them, I didn't do any. I wasn't doing any of them.
I know,
so
Gary.
I'm starting to take a long hard look
Yesterday's
at myself.
man, perhaps.
Yesterday's hero, in the words of John Paul Young. But
Yep.
no, Phil, I'm doing a comeback. I'm making a comeback. On Sunday, I've got 3 or 4 of my own auctions happening, Phil. So there, I'm going to be starting off in Hawthorn Road. Love this property at 11:30.
A wonderful villa, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathrooms. That is just magnificent. I love that house. That's terrific.
It's a really nice
and
house.
a great
spot.
position.
Yeah, great position. Phil, Penleigh Court at 11:30 a.m. You're going to be auctioning
Well,
for Leon.
what a great address that is. And this is a magnificent home of 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and car parking for 2 cars. Love Penleigh Court, love the location. You've got everything on your doorstep. In fact, don't even need a car when you live in a place like that, Gary.
No.
Cars, by the way, viewers, are depreciating assets. So all of those young people that are eating smashed avocado breakfasts and buying cars are depreciating, and avocados,
Do you know,
well,
right at the moment, like you've always said that, and I've always been agreeing with that, but at the moment, cars are actually going up in value. You know, you can't get a car in Australia.
Yeah, well,
it's
Gary,
hard to find. I know, it won't
you
be
know
long.
what,
It's just
viewers,
a moment in
you
time.
heard it here first. In years to come, and I predict within 10 years, most people, or a lot of people anyway, will no longer buy a car. They'll have a subscription to a car company where they will pay a monthly fee to have a car.
Are we going to start it? That car
No,
company?
no, we probably could, but
Yeah.
but
Why don't we?
ultimately
Got nothing else to
look
do.
out for car subscriptions, and certainly if Apple goes into cars, which they're talking about doing,
Oh, I've taken lots
I
of
can
fruit in my
guarantee
car.
you their
Yeah.
car. Well, I
Okay.
can't guarantee you. I can say with a high degree of
Confidence.
future confidence
And commitment.
that you will be buying a subscription to an Apple
And
car.
conviction, yeah. Okay, Phil, 12:30, we've got double auction action at 182 Hawthorn Road. What a great looking home.
Gary, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, beautiful facade. That's a great property, great period features throughout. Love that home.
My third auction on Saturday, Philip, is 1 at 633 Inkerman Road. Now, this fantastic spacious courtyard apartment has got a beautiful courtyard, Phil. All faces north. It's very private.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, and again, just walk to Carlisle Street or walk to Chapel Street, Windsor. Again, you don't need a car there, even though it does have a car space.
Lots of Inkerman action, Phil. We're going to be in Celeste Court, a great position around the corner from our office.
A lot of people don't know Celeste Court, Gary, because you've got to have a reason to go there, but a great location, walking distance to our office, which means you've got the tram and the shops on your doorstep. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, beautifully renovated throughout. That's a ripper.
At 2:30, Philip, we're going to be meeting George, or if you'd like to say it in Greek, it's Yorgos.
Yeah.
We're going to be meeting Yorgos.
Number
at 2:30.
3, George Street. That is pretty as a picture. Stunning renovation, stunning back garden, great location, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. That is beautiful, beautiful home. Can thoroughly recommend that.
Double auction action at 3:30, Philip. We're going to be in Orange Grove. Jeremy Rosen's auctions. This
3
terrific
bedrooms,
property.
1 bathroom. That is a monster size apartment. Just fabulous. Stunning apartment that feels like a house.
We love it in Alexander Street, Philip. This is a beautiful looking home.
Huge level of accommodation there, Gary. As many as 6 or 7 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. Dandenong Road's on your doorstep, so the trams are there. Great location.
We're going to work you all the way to 5:30, Philip, but before that, at 4:30, we're going to be at this home we featured on GPTV, number 18 Field Street.
18 Field Street, lucky number 18, and that is a stunning, as new property that is freestanding on its own parcel of land with one of the best kitchen meals family rooms that you'll see, overlooking a north-facing deck and a north-facing courtyard.
Alfred Street, 5:30, brings down the curtain on a busy weekend. Phil, tell us a little about it, and then we'll go.
Gary, that's a lovely property, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, lock-up garage, sensational location, Alfred Street, because you can walk out the front door, get on the tram in Hawthorn Road and go wherever you like.
Beautifully built property too.
Technically, you can't go wherever you like on that tram, Gary.
No,
I mean,
you couldn't go to South Africa.
You couldn't go to Los Angeles.
No, you couldn't go there
But
either.
it is a great location.
That's a big wrap on GPTV on this very, very, very much December edition. As the sun comes out, Philip, and feeling a little bit summery, I don't mind saying, protect yourself and your skin, that sensitive skin of yours, won't you, Phil? But that's a big wrap on GPTV. There is so much going on. It's still an exciting time. And just know one thing, viewers, it's going to go late this year. There's going to be a lot of auctions. The 18th and 19th of December is the busiest weekend, late December weekend, we have ever had in our entire real estate
Melbourne
lives.
normally doesn't do a third weekend
No.
of significant proportions, but this year
Yep.
it will be massive.
So
Massive.
just put jingle bells on hold, just hold back that mistletoe a little bit longer because we've got real estate to buy and sell and to talk about on GPTV. Look forward to seeing you next week. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Philip Kingston. Have a great week.